Hey, parents ask me all the time, how do I handle my kids' anxiety? What do I do when they're out of control, when they're in a panic, or when they're just so angry or so emotional? And like parents say, like, it's driving me crazy, or I can't handle this, or they're just too intense. So, first of all, your job is to be the calm one. I know that sounds crazy, but they need a place and a safe place to feel their emotion and to know that it's okay. So your job is to help increase their emotional intelligence, to make it normal to talk about feeling feelings and to see and demonstrate. So you can demonstrate that for them and you can also teach it proactively and then you can support them in the middle of that. So you're going to practice your own emotional regulation and your own mindfulness skills so that you notice the heat or the tension or the tightness in your body immediately before you just react in anger or some kind of panic or anxiety yourself about the kids issue. So when your child is struggling, you want to notice just a real quick assessment: what's going on in me, what thoughts am I having, so that I can stay present and calm for them. So the way to do that is to just tell yourself, okay, their amygdala is acting up, they're in fight or flight, and I wonder what's going on. And get curious, asking yourself, and then say, okay, what are the thoughts that can bring compassion to me? Things you can say to the kid like, I'm right here for you, I'm staying next to you, it's okay to feel this way, I've felt yucky like this before, this isn't comfortable, I can see that you're struggling with this is okay. Something that lets them know you're there supporting them. And remember, your job is not to instantly make all of their emotions or their anxiety stop. And to tell them that, like, you need to stop, you need to calm down. That's going to only escalate it. So be the support. And this works so much better if you've talked and practiced this beforehand. Like, you may have a child that's a little older who has panic attacks and you've decided on a process of action that you're going to take. Like, okay, when you're in a panic attack, I'm going to walk you through this breathing strategy. We're going to say these things. And so it feels like you're trying to make it stop, but you've agreed on this beforehand. So it's different than when your kid's in the middle, they're like, okay, stop, do this breathing exercise before they've ever tried that before. So anyway, have somewhere in your house that there is, like, we call it a sensory station or a sensory box or a soothing station or corner, soothing corner, calming corner, place where they feel safe to go and feel their feelings. And you can have things like a weighted blanket or soft pillows, things to color. And the idea is that you go here often when you're calm and happy and you practice talking about emotions and feeling emotions, and then they come here when they're upset. And you can have, like I said, you color an emotion, you draw what it feels like, you have pictures for little kids of like emotion faces that they can like point to, this is the one I'm feeling, or just lists of emotions for older kids. You can have lists of mindfulness activities, like they can have a description of, like, they are rooted, like they're imagining roots coming out of their feet, going down and down and down into the earth to get rooted, or like watching and imagining the waves of an ocean or a flower slowly opening. They can have all of these little sensory things. If you look on my stories, I have little toys that kids can play with that help. So another idea is this book, Hey Warrior, and it's a great way to talk about the amygdala, the fight or flight response, helping them to understand what's going on and talking about the different parts of their brain and how it's normal and safe. You can also create their own little amygdala guy, this little fight or flight guy, or their anxiety guy, whatever you want to call it, and make this high little funny voice and a funny name and draw it so that they can welcome it and be friends with it and allow it to be there when they're feeling out of control.